So, hi everyone, it's Saturday, March the 2nd, 2024, but this can resonate whenever. Everything I do is timeless. I take the time to learn about how my body works and what it needs nutritionally to enjoy optimal health. So, I was trying to work out, is that a stag? It is a stag, isn't it? But it's quite a funny looking stag. If it's not a stag, then I stand corrected. I don't know why I'm thinking it doesn't look like a stag. It must be a stag with antlers, but anyway, whatever. So it's kind of like, that might have something to do with it, with the fact that I'm like second guessing myself. Everything I do is channeling, so but why I'm saying that is a lot of the time in many decks and stuff, and just in general, people consider the stag a sign of divine masculine energy. And on that note, this channel is for your divine masculine and divine feminine inner energy and whatever's going on within a twin flame connection, provided you're in a twin flame connection, because not everybody is a twin flame. Like, and obviously that some people say that everybody's a twin flame, and I just laugh. Like, honestly, it's just like, it kind of blows my mind when people say that, because it's like, it would make sense if people that aren't a twin flame say that, right? Because they must feel it's a little bit easier than what it actually is. But when I've caught people that are a twin flame saying that, yeah, I can't even remember. I'm not even thinking of somebody specifically. I have caught over the years, and I'm like, worth waiting for. Learn forgiving, just caught Matt, so that's going to be significant in this. That's always the one where, if you're new around here, I'm always like, oh fuck, the guys like, look, whether you're the same sex or a woman and a man, whatever, it's like, you know, oh fuck, what have I done? And they're like, look, it was shit at the time, but I forgive you. We're going to need to move past this. That's what I feel in there. That's what I feel for. You can tell it's, listen, you can tell it's a Sagittarius moon because you can look at the difference in me. It's crazy, isn't it? Like, again, if you notice energy, you will look, it's remarkable. Yes, it is remarkable. I have absolutely been going inwards for this, the Scorpio moon introspection, taking self-inventory. It's a great time to go within and heal your own stuff, your own shadow integration, just taking time for you. That's what self-inventory is, introspection. Scorpio moon is very deep, very healing. It can be, you know, quite rough as well, is what I always like to say. I looked at 222, I don't know if I said that out loud. And I did, that definitely was that for me. A certain darkness as you see the stars. It was, the dreams have been more intense. Everything's just been more intense. So, and I'm very used to being like this, remember. So when I say it's intense, I'm not saying it lightly. But anyway, I'm very happy that it is now. Oh, look, when I said that, I'm very happy that it is now. Oh, look, this is hilarious what they're doing as I'm saying this. So, sorry if you can't keep up and you're new, just that you might not like me overall. So, I'm not here to be liked by everyone. I'm here to give the message and be here for the people that do get the way that I do it. But, so again, everything I say is channeling. So this is the vibe of whoever I'm channeling, whether you're divine feminine or divine masculine. Remember, we've got both within us. But yeah, look, when I was saying that, look, exhaustion, true happy thoughts, I was saying, look, I was basically trying out, I'm very happy that we're in Sagittarius moon now. To feel happier right now, think about a memory or something else that makes you smile. So maybe you are too, maybe you've really felt that, just like a breath of fresh air coming back after being in the darkness. And then that's why I was laughing, because I got drawn to true. And also, these are magical unicorn cards. Like, that's literally what they're called. I'm not just saying magical unicorns because I know I say magical a lot, but because Pisces season is just magical, full stop. Although I talk about magic and miracles every day because we're in miraculous March. I don't know if I'm actually going to do something with that miraculous March, because I keep calling it that. Yes, what you're asking is the truth. I might next week. I might just, I don't know, I might have a sort of theme there going or something. Yes, what you're asking about is the truth. So, but again, what I was going to say is this has reminded me of the Pegasus energy that keeps coming through, which for me personally is about ascending. Oh, wow, that's amazing how they're doing that. Yeah, it is about ascending to me because of what was said to me years ago about I would just move beyond where I was and grow out of the people I was around and everything. And at the time that terrified me. I was like, no, I don't want any change. And also when I said it to my friends at the time, you know, they were like, I don't want it to change. And I always say that my best friend at the time was like, I'm going to hold on to that horse's fucking tail. Do you know what I mean? Which is, it makes me laugh. It makes me kind of sad in a way too, doesn't it? Because it's like, even the person that said that isn't in my life. So it's kind of like, you know, I feel this is relevant because it is scary, you know, it's scary. It changes regardless of whatever happens to, you know, make you move out of friendship groups and even love, well, not even, love relationships for people can be even more extreme. Oh, that means something, by the way. I need to be careful here. There was cards very close to the candle that I noticed. So something, I think you've noticed right before you were about to get burned. Somebody's noticed something right before you're about to get burned, either in friendships or love, or worse, burned worse. Like you've got out of something right before you could have got in. I just looked at 555, that's big changes. So, but also when I picked the cards up, look what it's on. I think they want me to use these. Abundance, citrine. Actually, this is a brilliant crystal for abundance, that's why it's got on it. So if you keep a wee bit of citrine in your purse, your wallet, or in the corner of your house where you deal with your finances or business stuff, like that's quite a good one. Just one of the many, but I should use these more because you know, I've got another crystal deck as well that I absolutely love. That whenever I use it, it's scarily accurate. I'll look it out. It's long past the time when I need to tidy all this up. I know I say it all the time, but I did do it when I said it before, so I'll do it again. But it's gotten all a big higgledy-piggledy mess, so maybe you feel like you're in a bit of that too. Who doesn't feel like that in Pisces season? I know I certainly do. But yeah, I'm going to use these because I love when I channel with them. You'll see what I mean. It really just flows. Because again, if you're new, I always say it because people might be new. I know you'll be sick of hearing me say it. I'm sick of hearing myself say it. I'm just channeling the divine. I'm channeling God. I'm channeling the loved ones of spirit, being a medium as well. I'm channeling the guides, angels, power animals. You know what I mean? It's whatever wants to flow through. I'm just being the vessel. But yeah, I really do feel a lot of you could have been in a period of exhaustion. You might still be feeling like that, but I definitely feel like that. And now I feel better for going inwards. So, right, so like I said, that was the card I pulled. If you see the shorts, what? Oh, look what just. Oh, right, it's because I didn't finish what I was saying. So this is a card from yesterday. Ascension. Move in your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. So that's just flew in the picture again. Flew. See, there's things about flying, ascending, but it's because I was about to start talking and not remember why I was saying that. I feel the Pegasus on that card. It is to remind me that I do feel there is this energy around of people growing away from friendship groups, like growing out, ascending. So it's exactly what happened to me. Just people that you never thought you would ever lose or be away from. It's all happening. That's what I feel. So this is going to resonate for you if you feel like that, or this is talking about a place where you've been in the past. And that can be for a divine feminine or a divine masculine. It really tends to be divine masculines that the messages come through for more, but it has actually been more balanced, I would say, of late, which, you know, I mean, it's quite interesting because I got drawn the yin yang symbol on the side of one of my card boxes before I started this. I also, you know, if you've been watching me when I'm using these cards, they're tarot cards, but they're very oracle-ish. And the thing is, I've got a unique relationship with tarot anyway, and it's kind of like when it's ones like this, I'm like, it's when I'm trying to work out what it is, I'm like, what? But that card does feel like the Ace of Swords because it's talking about like cutting through the bullshit to get to where you want, and that was the divine masculine card. But also this one's interesting because this is actually about the balance of your masculine and feminine. Now I only know that because when I was putting in the bit of paper so that I don't need to fiddle about and that I can just find it quickly, I saw that, so I was like, wow. Like when I got drawn to the yin yang, which if you're new around here, I usually have a yin yang symbol. I think it's buried under all the cards. I usually have well, here it is. So when I start off with no cards, that's what's usually in the shot. So I think we'll put that. Let's just put it there. And yeah, and that's interesting because that is what they're pulling me at the panda again as well. So the panda means yin yang to me. You might want to look up what that means. If it's meaningful to you, it's meaningful to me. Panda's a very gentle, kind spirit to work with as well. going to say there? Yeah, so I was going to film this on my everyday phone, right, which I don't ever do, but I done it the other day there for some reason, and but I was about to do it, and I thought, nah, I'm not, like, because I filmed the shorts on that, and anyway, there's going to have meaning behind this. The reason I didn't is because there's such a mess here, like, that I thought I'm not going to be able to pause. I love the pause button on this phone. It's brilliant because I can pause it, tidy up, and then, it's not wasting your time. Like, I'm not faffing about trying to find shit. Whereas, isn't it fun? So there's something about that is fancy, and my other phone is like one of the most up to date. Well, I don't even think it's the most up to date because I wasn't bothered about that. I just delayed getting a new phone for like 4 years, and then when I've got it, it does seem fancy to me, but I think it is like, I don't know, the 14 or the 15 or whatever, but there is definitely more models beyond that now. But what I'm saying is, as fancy as it is, it doesn't have the pause button. Do you know what I mean? And this one is like 3, 4 years old or whatever, so it's kind of interesting that it's kind of like that difference between a Mac and a PC. You know what I mean? Like, your preference, but I do like this pause button. So anyway, that's going to be symbolic or something. I've also just got a message too. It's on silent, so you didn't hear it, but that's quite funny because it's my mum saying, "Oh, sorry, I read it, but I didn't think I needed to reply." Because I was like, "Are you like?" I was kind of like, "You're right," because I messaged her and I hadn't had a reply. But again, remember, I was in my period of introspection anyway, where she just knows that, like, I just need that. But so that I think that's symbolic of telepathy or something. They're pulling me this elders card as well, so there might be something significant. And then I don't think my mum would be like being called an elder, but there is maybe something about the elephant spirit there too. Reminds me of Ganesh moving through obstacles. Right, let's just get into this. As you can see, there's lots of synchronicities, but that was the main thing. I really do feel as well. It fascinated me. It's going to fascinate me when I read this, because when I finally get around to it, because so that's going to be something too. Finally getting around to something that's going to have something to do with twin flame unions, because that's what I felt this whole video was going to be about. The imminent unions that are coming in. And remember, I said last week or the week before, I don't use that lightly. When I say imminent unions, I am picking up on some imminent unions, but let go of this again, because this is timeless, right? So you just don't know when this is going to come about, and you're better just living your everyday life, detaching. And I don't really want to go into how I'm feeling just now, because I'm very tired, and yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not burning out anymore, but I'm exhausted, and I'm just exhausted by everything, really. So, but what I will say is I feel very detached, and one thing I've been reflecting on a lot, so they want me to say it because it does feel relevant, that I'd said this before, like I've said it before over the years, but it's very common for on the twin flame journey to, at certain points, especially when you're getting closer to being in union, basically, however close that is, it's like you can put on quite a bit of weight and stuff. So I feel that they do. And like I said, like, don't take that with a pinch of salt, because it doesn't mean like, oh, you're about to come into a union because you noticed that. Like, this could have been going on a while, because I'm just noticing that, like, I've definitely now, remember me, take it a pinch of salt, because I am 40 in a couple of months, so it's just something that happens when you're pushing 40, definitely with women, probably men too, but I don't think it's just that, because no matter what kind of stuff I try, I don't seem to be able to I'm not going to say loot, but shift, like release, because release is better, because I find it again, the weight that I want to. But because of the being a twin flame and helping other twin flames, I managed to be okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, it's but it's only because I love myself unconditionally, and I'm just like, well, it's age. When I've spoken to my other friends that are the similar age as well, you know what I mean? It is just it's happening to all of us. But I don't like to be one of those people that use that as an excuse, because you don't need to put, you know what I mean? You don't need to put on more weight than you want to if you don't want it. Like, if you work hard to, that's my Mars and Scorpio talking there. So basically, that's kind of where I've been at some points, I'm just kind of like whatever and surrendering to it, and just accepting it. I just looked at 1444 as well, union. But at other times, I'm like, nah, I'm being more disciplined and like not having any sugar, cutting out certain types of things. I'm a big faster. I just don't tell you when I am actually fasting. I don't, it's like I don't tell you loads of things. Like I don't. It's not wise to specifically pinpoint um some of the things that you do. So yeah, basically. But whatever. Again, I don't know why I'm going on about all of that, but we're not long out of the Virgo full moon. That's all about health, well-being. I feel they're just getting me to tell you that, like, you know, if you're struggling with things like weight gain or anything to do with women's stuff like hormones or all that kind of stuff, then definitely that I've helped many women with that of similar ages, of a lot older. But it is also, besides all of that health stuff, it is something that I have had insight into, and from helping loads of twin flames, that weight gain is very common for both twin flames as they near physical union. And then what can often happen is when you come into physical union, it all drops away. Now, I'm not going to explain how that could be one of the reasons how it happens. So I'll shuffle these cards because I said that. Although we might pull out a fucking black magic card, but it can just happen as well, because it's like it was the build up of before you get into the union. So again, I'm not explaining that very well, but it is just, I felt they've been talking to me about that. So it's just, I feel like it's to put your mind at ease if you're facing frustration about trying different things. And you know, and it's interesting because I'd spoke about this recently. Well, not recently, it was a few months ago with someone on a session, so it's fairly recently. And about some of the things I've been talking about here. And what was quite funny was, yeah, like if you try a certain diet or something, I don't like that word, but you know, if you try something for like eating habit for like 3 months and you're not noticing any weight release, see how I have to consciously think about it before I say weight loss. So I'm teaching you when I'm doing that, because I have to do it too. If you're not noticing the difference, and especially if you're not noticing any shift in it, because from all the different things that I've tried, right, over decades, but definitely over the past sort of couple of years, and that I've just been like, what is it about when you start reaching this age? It's a lot easier. It's a lot harder for some people to lose the weight that they gain. Is although I haven't experienced the weight release that I've wanted with some of the things I've experienced, I've definitely experienced more energy, and you know, improvements with the symptoms of like ADHD and stuff like that. So this can go for loads of different things you struggle with. You struggle with depression or burnout or anything like that, because anyone can suffer with stress and burnout. And like I said, that's really just describing the dark night soul, because depression is deep rest, the dark night soul is deep rest. Even when we go through a Scorpio moon once a month, I feel that as a period of deep rest. I see a Pisces moon as a period of deep rest. You get what I'm saying? Cancer too. But so whatever all of that means to people, it feels like that's a message that wanted to come through. Oh yeah, sorry. The reason I was saying that though was that, yeah, if you try something for 3 months and it isn't working, it's wise to change it up and try something else, because it is something to do with in Chinese medicine. Now, the reason I know this, right, is because I was intuitively doing that, and then when I was on a session, one of yous, I keep it anonymous, but the person had said that's actually what somebody had said to her, which that's true. You do change it up after 3 months if something isn't working. So you might already know that, but like I said, I knew it intuitively, and then again, I think I have heard it somewhere before as well, but it was welcomed that synchronicity happened to remind me of that. But again, like I said to that person, and what I'm saying to everyone now, is I feel it has got something to do with twin flame unions, as it's probably something to do with protection or something as well. But it might even be, like, on a literal kind of practical thing, it might be like if there are any food shortages, I'm not going to have a problem, right? Because my body knows how to go about food, and it knows how to... You know what I mean? Oh, sorry, that's my dark sense of humour. So anyway, I picked these up because I made a reference to how one of the ways in which you might lose weight. Oh dear, and we've got a fuckery card. So, freedom. oh, but look, it's one of the cards where the guy's like, fuck this, I'm off. So, and this girl's not happy and she's cutting up a picture. So, like I always say, is she cutting up a picture of her and him, or is that a picture of the person that he's going to? It looks like the person he's going to, because that doesn't look like her. But who knows? So, it'll mean different things to different people. We've got awareness here, Scorpio moon. And we've got another, yeah, I'm cutting the deck at all the fucked up ones, because look, that's, like, she's got dolls, she's doing something weird to it, and the guy's fucking off on the motorbike. So if you're around here all the time, you'll know that's funny. Whenever I pull one of those cards where it's a guy fucking off, like on some kind of vehicle, I always seem to pull that. It's like I don't pull one, I pull them all. And then look, I think that's, look, Sagittarius, and it's a Sagittarius moon right now. I feel that's somebody going to a twin flame or getting to them. And then there's the other one. So yeah, we've had the 3 guys leaving cards. He's like, see ya, and she's crying. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, that was harsh, but it's a Saturn card. I'm channeling the energy. I always feel this person's like, knows they've done something wrong. It's like the guilt. And then look, the sun and the moon. This person's going to whoever they consider that to be. Well, that's pretty deep. You'd think we were still in a Scorpio moon. Right, okay, so what am I going to do now? Right, I'll read these cards and then I'll do a bit of channeling with some other cards, and then that'll be it, because I actually want to film Sundays as well, so that I don't need to on Sunday. So where is the book? Yes, right, here's one I prepared earlier. So the feminine card, but remember this is also the masculine's feminine energy, is this 77. So, Priestess of Earth Guardians, cultivate the balance of yin. Oh my god, I didn't even notice, because I was half asleep, I didn't even notice it actually said yin yang. Synchronicity, that's why they made me put that in there. Again, I'm very, like, that's one of my favourite symbols that I'm very connected to, but I feel many twin flames are, so they felt it was important that I put that in the shot. This card signifies the balance of feminine, wait a minute, I've skipped. Cultivate the balance of yin yang, masculine and feminine. Your creative ventures and relationships will flourish by integrating structure and flow. This card signifies the balance of feminine and masculine. So remember, this can be talking about your inner union, but I feel that this is going to speak to some about physical unions as well. And I'm not going to say coming up soon. It could just be soon from when you watch this. And some people will be watching it a year from now. You know what I'm saying? So just let go of that bit. The capacity to honour life's flowing, nurturing aspects while holding the financial and practical responsibilities together. Because that's how twin flames move, you see. Like, you've got somebody that's more practical, and somebody that's more psychic, intuitive, and then you bring your energies together, you balance each other out. It symbolises balancing the yin-yang aspects of our outward offerings. It supports the creation of a warm, loving and secure domestic environment while holding a steady income and practical resources. This card could represent the working parent archetype if it resonates for you, and I might use the archetype cards as well. Or it could be about the balance needed to bring your creative offerings into the world, because again, remember, you would need to balance your own masculine and feminine within you to bring about money, basically. And you can do it in your own sort of way. Like, again, the way in which I'm guided to do that for me is very intuitive. Like, I'll have periods of where there's not a lot of money coming in, and then other periods where there's more. Whereas some people couldn't live like that, you know what I mean? It's like they need loads of money all the time to feel safe and secure. Whereas I feel that's dangerous to live like that, you know what I mean? It's kind of like all the things. I'm just thinking, one of the synchronicities that I caught was actually, that's going to be relevant. I might link it below, or otherwise, remember when I shared I think I'm going to need to share it below. It was that guy that does skits on relationship stuff, but basically stems from he cheated on his wife, and now he's like, well, he's trying to teach other people how that came about to happen. So again, I really admire that, because that takes balls. Because even when I read the comments, like, you know, there is like a woman saying what you'd expect, like, you know, your wife's a stronger person than I am because I couldn't do that kind of thing. So that might have relevance here somewhere or something. But it's it was because he said something in it about, like, you know, I can't remember the way it's termed, but it's something out of the Bible, and it's very similar to what I say all the time too. It's like the devil's going to go for your weak spot, basically. And I felt, you know, I've obviously been guided to watch that for a reason. But he done it. It got my attention because it was titled something like, you know, a cheater's perspective or something. But but yeah, it's just it is actually everything I always say. It's kind of like, you know what I mean. It is, yeah. I can't even bother watch it yourself because it's like I'm. But anyway, it's gonna have something to do with something. Like maybe with me all showing all those cards where the guy's fucking off in 3 different cards, it's like people aren't happy. You know what I mean? Um, but that's where I have an issue with that. It's like, you know, if you're not happy, move on before you do that. But anyway, whatever. Like I said, people can say, oh, you know, you shouldn't judge people and all that. You shouldn't, but people judge people all the time. And as it goes, like, you know, when I do any of these personality tests, I'm actually like one of the least judgmental people you could ever meet, which I find as I picked as I picked up the archetype I strongly resonate with about forgiveness. But like I always laugh and say like I was surprised at that too, because I pass judgment on things. Like, do you mean I comment on things? But I'm channeling the divine, and it's kind of like everybody does. But what I'm saying is, it's like it's not a coincidence I picked up the Mary Magdalene card when I said that. You know, you have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let it stop you. That's about forgiveness. So it's like that's what I'm saying. I respect that man that he's done that, and then he's taken the difficult lesson and he's teaching other people how he came to betray her. Do you know what I mean? And he's in the hopes it's going to help people, but he's also knowing he's going to get shit for it. So it's great. So that could have a lot to do. This is probably going to tie into some of the divine masculines that have betrayed their divine feminine in some kind of way, and they take the lessons from that and teach other people. So I feel this is like a real future message of like, because again, it's kind of what I do, crystal clear visions. I channel the past, the present, future because of Akashic records. But this feels like a future message about wherever, like whether you are the person that is something like this has went on. Now again, like I said, that's woolly because you can't call it cheating with some twin flames if you weren't ever in a relationship, let alone married. But there's different levels of betrayal when you've got respect and people cross lines and all this kind of shit. So, but this could be a message for some of the twin flames where you were married and something's happened and all that, because I do help people in that. But again, even if it's not this life, it can be past life. I've not used my past life cards yet. I think I'm going to get into that next week. So anyway, let's read the rest of this. But there's something in this now about being aware of that. Do you know what your weak spot is? Because it's good to know what your weak spot is, because that's what people use against you. For a lot of people, it's alcohol. Let's face it. All you need to do is get you in the wrong place at the wrong time and ply you with enough drink, and you're gonna fuck up. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely me talking from my past self. But for other people, it'd be other things. You know what I mean? Or like for other people, it might be like if you love sweets and cakes and all that, it's like put you in I don't know, a kid's party, or like say, because I've spoken about health as well, like say it is something like that, you're on a health kick, but then you've got to take your kid to a party or something, there's all these cakes and sweets and everything like that, that'd be a nightmare, you know what I mean? It is about the environment where you are as well, and that's why like when you're doing something like that, you need to prep it all. Like I've been getting shown a lot of these videos where it's like, you know, food prep. And I don't know why, I get a weird kind of like satisfaction out of watching them, even if I don't do anything about it. Like I just find it quite, I don't know, I just like watching them. It's not like I go and seek them out, they just seem to land. So it's quite funny. They just seem to like come across. So there's all this bits. Anyway, all these apparent random bits and bobs are going to be picking up on the different bits of the collective that people are focused on. And I'm telling you, it's because of the Virgo full moon's been making us focus on our health. And it's because we're getting nearer and nearer to the change of Pisces to Aries, which is the real start of the year. So if you're feeling like you're that grizzly bear that's ready to start waking up, that's why. Aries season comes around, I think it's the 20th of March, and then the spring equinox is usually around the 21st. Right, so many amazing artists and creatives struggle to share their gift broadly. Their yin flowing nature holds the keys for beautiful soul offerings, just what humanity could do with right now. Yet that's lots of you beautiful people watching. Yet it's often the more yang actions that support us to do what we love, including making a living from it. That's so funny, because even I have this a lot. Like when I have a session with someone and I'll be appreciating and really like wow at what their gift is, but the person isn't making any money from it, or they're not interested in it, which yes is admirable, but if you're actually in need of money, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? So that's where I really like. That's where you know, it might surprise you if you haven't got the spiritual eyes to see that about me, but I have actually got a very good business mind. actually better for other people than myself, if I'm honest. But the flow of which I do things works for me, you know, and that will evolve and grow. And but as I've always said, I'm a strong believer of I feel there's only a certain amount that I can do as well as what I can myself. I feel it is the other half of my soul that balances me out. So I'm fucked if he never appears. But anyway, let's just get. That's my dark sense of humour. Do you know what I mean? It's true. It's like, you know, somebody has got the more practical, logical side, and somebody's got the more intuitive. But you've got it inside you, so quite interesting. Right, so it's like there's only so far you can get with that. That's what, and I feel they're getting me to say it because it's the same with the masculine. There's only so far the masculine can get with balancing their emotions and the more intuitive part that they aren't as comfortable with as the feminine. So, so it doesn't mean you can't do it at all, but I do feel for some that it's like you are destined to be in a physical union with this person. It's like you'll notice loads of amazing things just suddenly becoming more easier, and it is because you're with your person, you're with your lobster. Oh my god, that's so clever, they got me to say it like that. That's because the other synchronicity I saw was I got guided to a shorts where they were actually talking about how different Jennifer Aniston looks, and don't get me started on that. I was the biggest Friends fan you could ever meet until I went through that part of my awakening, and anyway, I'll not go into it, but it doesn't take away the fact that I did love it all that time, and I do love the he's her lobster thing. But it was funny because it was on silent, but it was like Ross and Rachel. And the thing that's funny about that is I've always said whenever I've like been, particularly if like particularly if I've got into some kind of random conversation about not even twin flames, just like about love or something, and maybe talking about the one that got away or the one that's still on your heart or mind or something like that. And I've told a bit of the story of my perspective on it of me and him. I always sort of call it like it's like Ross and Rachel, you know what I mean? It's like you're watching Friends the whole time and you're like, what the fuck are they doing? They're meant to be with each other. And it just like takes right till the end of the series, you know what I mean, to get together. Did they get off the plane? Did she get, I got off the plane, you know what I mean? If you know, you know. If you don't, go and look up what I mean. But I did feel that was a bit of a signal to me about physical unions, because it was like, and it wasn't an old one, by the way. It was like them as they are now. But I mean, fucking hell, like just there you go. There's something about age as well. Like accept that you're growing older. Do you know what I mean? Like that's anyway. There you go. That there's a bit of me that's a judging, but I'm going to be honest. I just think it's like really unattractive when people try to delay the aging process like that. It's like, yeah, there's bits and bobs you can do to maintain. Like, I don't make any secret about the fact I dye my hair, because if I didn't, I'd be looking full on shaman, as in standing with a whole head of grey hair. I'm not ready to do that yet, guys. Ask me again in 5, 10 years, I might have given in. In fact, I'll definitely given in 10 years, but no 5 years. I mean, but who fuck knows? You know what I mean? But as far as all the other kind of altering your body like that, it's no for me. So it's like whatever, each to their own. But it doesn't look good on her, is what I'm saying. It actually doesn't look good on him either. He looks like he's done something. Anyway, whatever. But the whole point of that was the Ross and Rachel thing, because they're probably because it was on silent. I didn't really see what was right, but I do feel this is about reunions. You know, like some kind of, and it's at 33 minutes. Forgiveness, divine masculine energy. And also, this is the day after we had, oh look, and here they are conveniently sitting together. The day after we had Jesus and Mary Magdalene, so that energy is coming in again. Others may be in the opposite end of the spectrum. Some are trying to let go of the need to control and organise every part of their lives, which may have become very linear and lack in soft organic creativity. Yeah, that's what they're talking about here. Like, so forget the whole who it is. It's like, this is symbolic of, well, don't forget, it's very important, but symbolic of masculine and feminine. Like, you've got a feminine that's very intuitive, you've got a masculine that's very logical, linear, and they need to, you know, these powerful twin flame couples are being called to come together. Maybe your soul is yearning to be creative, but there's never seems to be a time and space for it. Only the survival-based aspects of life demand priority. It can be art in itself to carve even an hour of this equilibrium into our days. But if we can, our inner satisfaction of outer success can benefit exponentially. that's a big word. The theme here is balancing yin-yang qualities. The fluid water is flowing down the waterfall, and yet the structure of the mountain, rock and rivers leading up to the waterfall are what enable this configuration to happen. Water evaporates into the sky. Oh, that fucking knocking's right. It's a bit annoying, isn't it? Knocking can be like a bit of a bad spirit sign sometimes, you know. It was, I think it was just a neighbour knocking something, to be honest, but that doesn't sound right, does it? Let's move on. But there seems to be, yeah, it can be, but if our inner satisfaction, oh, I've just read that bit. The theme here is balancing yin-yang qualities, yeah, basically. The fluid water is flowing down, and remember, what's important is, I saw the yin-yang symbol on the side of the box before I noticed that this said yin-yang. I had noticed it was masculine feminine, so I should have guessed, but I didn't even spot that when I quickly marked the page. The fluid water is flowing down the waterfall, and yet the structure of the mountain, rock, rivers leading up to the waterfall are enable this configuration to happen. Basically, it's like it works together. Two people that work better together than apart. That's the point. And that's why I feel they're cleverly, although they are, it's just a program, it's fictional. That is what that's why I always use that reference of Ross and Rachel. It's just obvious. These people are better together than apart. Water evaporates into, but to be real and use my humour there again, it only works if two people want to be together. So, you know, it's like, yeah, although we know this whole thing about what twin flames are about, if someone isn't consciously they're not aware of the connection yet and they're not ready and don't want to be in it, you have to honour that and leave them alone, which is what I done. It doesn't mean, can I just say, when I say that, I don't, why do they make me do this? It's not Scorpio Moon anymore. It doesn't mean that I didn't fight for the union. I mean, that's not even, I can't even really put in the word. I don't think I really need to go any further with that, do I? If you're new to me, you can just go and scroll and see what I'll be doing. But it's like, this is my version of it. You know what I mean? This is my version of my masculine energy. And that's quite funny because I'm sure that's what this card is about. Like, putting up a fight for what matters to me. Like, not only for myself, my own union, my own twin flame, but for all the twin flames, because I am a true twin flame guide. I'm a true twin flame teacher. Like, it's my life, you know. I'm not just somebody that's like, oh, I'm doing a card reading about twin flames today. It's like, it's whether I like it or not, it's the only thing, like, that I'm here to read about. And mostly healing, because again, like I said, that's the worst insult you could give me is to call me a card reader, right? I'm a healer and I use cards. There's a difference. Or a tarot reader. I don't like that either, because like I said, it's more oracle that I feel an affinity with. But yeah, I do love tarot too. But you know what I mean? They're just pictures. It's just tools. That's why it humours me when I see people denouncing tarot, and especially denouncing astrology and all that. I'm like, that's just like that one just blows my mind, because it's like, if you really understand astrology and how ancient it is, and you know, that's just ignorant really. But anyway, I could go deeper with that. There are definite things that are, what's the word, like manipulated with things to do with the moon and astrology and all that kind of stuff. But there is so much truth in it. And if you really move with the cycles of the moon and your houses and astrology, you can have a far better life. And, you know, I've helped many people with that, and it helps me too. I mean, even the very fact of how I've had lower energy and now I'm coming back with more energy is literally because I move with my own chart. So, right, anyway. Water event, and I can show you that in a session if you'd like to. If you want the biggie, that's the psychic astrology empowerment reading. I think I called it something different, but that's the one that's basically it's more than a session, because I usually do it over a few sessions, so it's more like a package. But it's because it's an experience, is what I would say. It's a one-off experience where you'll be crying, laughing, getting the massive epiphanies, insights. This can happen on any session, but that is quite specific. If you want the astrotherapy session, that is basically where I'm just taking an insight into, like, if I picked up your chart right now and saw what was sticking out to me in this moment. So I can't go fully into it all, because that wouldn't be fair on my, on my time experience and all that. Like, I have to honour, it just takes fucking ages, basically, is the point. And I've just said that at 441. So there you go. That's confirmation of what I'm saying. Is, like, look, just to show you. I'm sure you believed me, but you see, 441 is kind of blurry. But yeah, that's what I mean. I'm a twin flame teacher, primarily channeling with the astrology in my own way, which I always say is a very ancient way. I was always interested in the stars and astrology and everything from a kid, but it came on, full blown, through my further heightened spiritual awakening. Like, and it was like my past life self as an astrologer just emerged even more. Anyway, sometimes I get into this chat and it's because somebody else needs to hear this shit. So I feel it must be because it's happening to a lot of awakening of masculines as well, I feel. This life-given element moves across the land. Oh, wait a minute. Take inspiration from the waterfall analogy. See how you can best bring more creative yin flow into your life, cultivate more structure, logical mindset. Again, it's just about the balance of masculine and feminine, right? So this is the feminine's card, but it's the masculine's feminine side. Feminine's, you're reaching a real beautiful state of inner balance is the message. And I feel that's why some of you could get frustrated with, yeah, I do feel really balanced. I do feel really content, but it might just be annoyances like what was mentioned about health stuff. Like, it's like, I'd like to be carrying a bit extra. No, opposite. I'd like to be carrying a bit less weight right now, but I could still love myself while I'm not, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is for me. But also I need to move more. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I said, this is the funny thing, that throughout the different counselling, like actual counsellors I've had for myself, they've always said the same thing, or my own clients have said it, that I always answer my own question. Like, so when it comes to me needing somebody to help me, all I need is for somebody to listen, and I'll come up with my own answer. But I feel that's what counselling is. Definitely the type of counsellor I am, person-centred counselling. When I do twin flame therapy with people, that is very different from when I'm doing another session, because other sessions, depending on what your energy is like, it's mostly me channeling, like basically firing all this energy at you, because that's where people have the epiphanies and the downloads and the, because again, people tell me all the time, I love it, that, people tell me about how they watched one of my videos and all this stuff just clicked into place, because that's what I'm here to do. Like, you know what I mean? I hold the codes that that unlock things for people, and we're always getting different light code activations and downloads from the sun and the energy in general, but I do hold like this frequency where it does unlock things for people in quite a big massive way, and that's why they're after me. But it's kind of because I did think that was quite funny when they're after me in the sense of, like, I get, I don't get shown in the algorithm as much as other people, because again, it's like I'm laughing because that shorts that I cut, I was talking about the film, and it's talking about somebody trying to kill somebody, and I thought it's quite funny because it's like, but anyway, but it's yeah, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot that comes at me to stop me helping people come into union, is basically what I'm saying, including myself. But like I've said before, I made the very brave decision. Oh, look, see, now it's 444. That's one of my special numbers. That's quite funny. Obviously 144 is, but 444 is my other favourite. Because that reminds me of the angels all around us, because I do everything I do with the angels. I just don't say it all the time. I don't feel the need to. It's very telepathic and sort of private experience, me with the angels. And look, as I said that, maybe I feel I'm channeling other people that feel like that too. Keep looking up, there may be a rainbow waiting for you. And obviously it's an angel, so they guided me to it when I said that. And then I'm being guided to follow your heart, it will always know where to lead you. That's another thing I can't be bothered bending over to get it, because I'll probably fall into the candle or something. I wouldn't fall into the candle, I'm just joking. Oh look, they're doing that again. Look how amazing that is. Oh, wow. Now that's there for a reason, right? That is one of the many power animals that I've got at my heart, and the dragonfly is about transformation. But I know what they're saying there. This is the divine feminine card. Again, divine masculine's receptive feelings as well. This is about something manifesting. And what we've been saying, this is about whenever this comes to pass, this is about twin flame physical unions. It's also inner union too. But this is going to make sense to some that are about it being a physical union. Because that is the vision that a divine feminine's held. And for the ones I'm speaking to, I feel it's a very long time like myself. Hold the vision, trust the process. And that's the one thing that a lot of people don't understand about manifestation. How badly do you want something? And that's why I said, notice that, like, it's not that I've never fought for my union. But I've done it in my own way, in the way that felt right to me. And it never felt right to chase after somebody trying to convince them of what you've got. Like, if they can't see it, they can't see it. And even if they can see it, if they're in denial, they're in denial. People only come around in their own time. But this feels about, when you let go, something physically, that's it physically. This is symbolic of something physically manifested. So it might not be a physical union for some people. This could be like you've had a vision of something creatively. Actually, because that's fucking hell, look how philosophical I'm being here. And that is funny because it's Sag Moon and I'm Sag Moon. And that is what that's about. But like, look, somebody needed to have the idea for it then to physically become that. That's kind of quite nuts, isn't it? That's really deep. Anyway, stuff like that does blow my mind, but it's the same with unions, you know what I mean? It's but then I think the other sort of mind-blowing thing to it is with these twin flame unions, it's like both people have been manifesting this in your own way. And then I feel that's the kind of beauty that you come around to finding out. Along with all the bullshit that goes on as well, like, let's get real here. But anyway, whatever that meant to people. So, oh yeah, with me talking about my specific sessions there, I'm not actually doing live sessions with people just now, but I will very soon, in a few weeks. So I kind of feel like sometime around when it changes, so it changes on the 20th, but I think because of the spring equinox, I don't think I'll be really wanting to work with people until the week after, but you can just email and find out. So, but I am still doing recorded, like, if you want, I haven't had people wanting that, but if you want an unlisted one like this for yourself, I'm still doing that, or if you want distance healing, I'm still doing that. Oh, actually, I've just remembered something. I'm still putting prayers out that one of the soul family said their child wasn't well, and that was kind of crazy how that always happens. That, again, I've been in the Scorpio moon darkness, but I just felt guided to look at my emails, which were actually full. But this email had managed to make it through because, when I did empty it, ones were coming through from days ago. So just in case that ever happens to you, like, I might not have got it yet, or I might not have found it. So it's good to just, if I haven't got back to you, like, for a couple of weeks or something, maybe like put in the comment or I don't know, something. But I usually do find stuff. But the point is, I was guided to find that. So yeah, hopefully when I check, because I'm going to look right now. Hopefully when I check my emails, I'm going to see that child's feeling a bit better. But yes, but if not, if you're watching this right now, keeping the wee one in my prayers right now. So, what was I going to say there? Oh yeah, and that's quite relevant that I'm saying that, because that particular child, I've noticed a pattern over the years that I've known this person, that they really, really pick up on the changes going on in the planet, like the astrological weather, but definitely the energetic, like, the different changes in the new earth energies coming in as well. So I'm saying that because that might be some of your children too. So, anchoring light. So we've pulled this before, but then look at what I just said as well. Like when I was talking about the codes that I hold to help. If I speak to you, I'll really speak to you, and you've found the channel for a reason. If I don't, it's the people that I'm not meant to be helping. That's the way that I see it. And this is, and we're all here anchoring light on the planet, in our own unique way. And I always find it quite funny that my name means bright light. So, and your name means bright light too, if you're called Claire. Unfazed by obstacles, fueled by determination, you take action swiftly and assertively. This is a Divine Masculine card. That matters because that is describing masculine energy. That's what masculine energy is, taking action. So a feminine's held the vision, trusted the process, and I feel for these feminines, regardless of your gender, it's been a cycle. It's been years. So if it's been a couple of months, this ain't for you. This has been years. You've held the vision, and this is the moment, because I don't know when this is for, it's timeless. This is when it manifests, and this is when the masculine's guided to bring it into the physical. Oh my God, I love that. That's the bit I'm clipping. So, unfazed by obstacles and fueled by... I just want to say this before I read this. Why they got me to start describing myself there is because, again, like, look, I could go on for hours about this, right? I am writing a book about it. I mean, I'm writing many books about different topics, but this is one of the ones that will be my book. But it's like, I knew when I started doing this that I had to just really be really brave and do it. Like, you know, like that Joan of Arc card is probably kicking about here somewhere. But, you know, when I picked yesterday, when I showed the Joan of Arc card, it's like I knew I was going to need to go it alone because that's just how it was. And I also knew that speaking my truth and doing this is so different that was going to not be going down well with the other half of my soul. You know what I mean? When he discovered I was doing this. As well as then him getting it, and yeah, anyway. But I made that decision that I know how twin flames work. I'm a twin flame teacher. I help people with this I've helped people with this for nearly 10 years now. And it's like, as well as being on the journey myself, 21 years this year. So it's kind of like, I knew that it's like, if I'm shining my light the brightest that I can and following my calling, doing what I'm meant to be doing, which is also speaking about all of this and speaking about the uncomfortable stuff that a lot of people don't want to speak about at times in the world, not just twin flame related, which is why I'm always open that this channel will at some point not just be a whole load of twin flames. It will be other people that need help with different things. Or I'll just have to move it, you know, create another one for that. I don't know, but whatever, we're not there. It's kind of like, how many people would do that? They just pulled me up to the word sacrifice. How many people would actually do that? Like, put themselves on the line? Because it's not been easy. You know, again, I'm not going into violin mode here, but we are in Pisces season. That is victim mode, the shadow side of it. It's like, I actually sometimes can't believe that I took that risk, because now they're pulling me the word risk. But I'm going to read that, because wait a minute. Look at how I'm talking as well. It's not even over. I'm talking like it's over. It's not even fucking over. Risk more than others think is safe. Care more than others think is wise. Dream more than others think is practical. Achieve more than others think is possible. That's the kind of person I am. Wait a minute. I need that. That's the kind of person I am in life in general. Whether I'm doing it alone or whether I'm with my person, I'm never going to not be that person, right? But what your twin flame does for you is they balance you out. So whatever you're lacking, they'll complement. Whatever they're lacking, you'll complement. You know what I mean? And it's just, in my unique case, it has been about needing to speak out and guide others and sacrifice basically sacrifice what happens with that. But I don't see it as trusting what happens with that child. That's better. But anyway, I like it. So this meaning that with true twin flames, if that is your own divine masculine energy, when you trust your divine feminine, your energy, you trust your intuition, and you take action guided on being in inner union, you can't go wrong. If you know who your true flame, I'm getting all tongue tied, but that's probably because I'll use those cards for the divine masculine in a minute and see what comes through. You can't go wrong. It might take a while, guys, but you can't go wrong. And you'll know because you'll feel in balance. Like, it's not like I feel in perfect balance every day, but I know that I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing. And that's when you know that you're on the right path. Anyway, right, love it. So, this is how the masculine is. They're unfazed by obstacles, fueled by determination. You take action swiftly and assertively. Be careful not to become overbearing. This card holds the energy of action, assertiveness, and high ambition. There's such a motivation to succeed that nothing will get in the way. Nothing's getting in the way. Whenever the masculines that resonate with this catch up to this bit, nothing's getting in their way. Whatever got in their way before, nothing's getting in their way now. That's a true divine masculine being like, nah, I see everything that's went on now. I'm going to get her. Or him, whatever your deal is, but I'm using those archetypes. Right, where did I get to? A focused mind fosters solid perspectives on important current affairs, fast thinking and quick to respond. There's strength and power in your actions. So again, I feel this is about not dilly-dallying, and when you know this masculine's going. But it comes with a warning. Without higher awareness, the potent energy you hold can become scattered, misdirected, or unsustainable. Before that kind of reminds me of like, if it was like a passionate King of Wands, well, the King of Wands can have that meaning of, yes, passionate, and just fast thinking and getting into things and then regretting it later, or maybe sometimes not regretting it later. But this feels like someone evolving from that to being like a passionate King of Wands looking for their Queen of Wands. We need a tarot and me going on about this, don't we? So you may resonate with those archetypes as well. And I just flashed off 15%, so I'm going to have to hurry up here. And again, you see, but that's a sign. Someone's like, I'm going to have to hurry up here. This is time. So someone could have been that before, scattered, misdirected, and just taken action without thinking about it. But now it's like this masculine's evolving to taking action, and it's focused, and they know exactly where they're going. They've got a target, and the target is the vision becoming manifest. Oh, I love it. The sword of assertion reminds you to be aware of your impulsiveness, or to look at where you might be overbearing or dominating. I do also feel that masculine archetype has looked at where they could be too controlling. Or if you're the feminine looking at that within you, it's really both, whoever's resonating with this. Be careful not to be too hasty in areas that need more delicate attention. Cultivate awareness of where this driving motion is going if you're really moving forward. You may also be lacking decisiveness and focus right now. This card invites you to access more forward motion and assertiveness. Again, that's why I said it's about not dilly-dallying. It's about taking action when you feel that. It's like when I say when the spirit moves you. The spirit often decides to move me around like 444 or 144 or 441. You know what I mean? I don't plan that. It just seems to happen. Just like when I write the channeled ones in the community tab, you'll see almost nearly every time or every other time I end up finishing writing it at 444 or 111 or 1111 or 144 is the big, I'm not meaning that, like they're meaning it, because it's partly like awakening other people when it happens like that. Right. It can be tricky balance between assertiveness and domination. We may have spent much of our lives feeling submissive after some success and growth experiences. Our self-worth receives a surge of confidence. This is masculines that have been people-pleasing, or the masculine side within you, whoever's resonating with this. And it's like, it's now this masculine's like, no, I actually do feel worthy now of what I want, and I'm going to get it. You may feel like anything is possible and swing from underactive to overactive assertion. This reminds me of when I've channeled the messages about a masculine's going to go from appearing to be in a dark place, as I don't mean appearing like they've been in a dark place and they just suddenly spring into action. Sweet memories. That card was turned over the other way and I just picked up. It came in yesterday somewhere. Someone's having memories that are not going away, and they're realising this is love. The medicine of the image is that of finding graceful balance. An alarm just went off too. All the alarms are going off. If this power is new to us, or there is some deeper insecurity generating a need to overcompensate, we must learn to wield it responsibly. You know that your efforts are coming from a noble place. You want to be a helpful force in the world. Come back to your centre and reflect on whether it is useful to bring more of this force into your life or cool it down for a little. Are you coming from a subconscious desire to prove something? Is it urgency due to stress or attempt to avoid facing your true feelings? If you're not feeling proactive or experiencing a deficiency of assertiveness, consider what might be holding you back. Is it self-worth, fear, or stepping on other people's toes, or feeling safer playing small to avoid confrontation? That could be what it is for a lot of people as well. It's like not wanting to have an argument, but you can't avoid somebody like that forever because you might have an argument. Like, conflict is part of life. It's about how you sort it out. So could it be could it even be that you may be seen for the bright light? Look at what I said about what Claire means, of your unlimited potential. This card inspires inquiry into this power, how this power plays out in your life, and how it can be fine-tuned for even more excellence. Again, by the balance of two people coming together. Right, I love it. Right, so I'm going to use some of these. I'll pause it for a minute. I'm going to gather some of these cards because I want to use them. Right, it's all kicking off, guys. The cards are falling everywhere. Right, that's just leapt out already. Look, recognition and cherish. Somebody recognises what this connection is now and they want to cherish it. Cherish your relationship. And the thing is, I feel this person will have cherished this relationship in their own way all along anyway. If you are that person or this is about your person. But it's just, you needed to let each other go to grow and to learn the lessons that your soul wanted to learn. Your soul split in two halves. Right, so what else do we need to know? Oh yeah, I was going to use some of the archetype cards. Oh yeah, they're like, we just told you. Flirt, yeah, look. That's so funny. Now that they've recognised this person's going to come in flirting like a king of wands. Extend your light-hearted energies to others. Yeah, look, Cupid. They're like, hey baby, do you want to go on a date? I don't know about hey baby. That just came out. Love is in the air when Cupid's around. Flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to, you know what I mean? Someone's going to come in whatever way they deem the right way to do it. And like I've always said, I don't know about you, but you want your person to come to you how they would do it, not how you would want them. Well, actually, maybe some of you do want them to come how you would want it, but that's the whole thing. You got to let it go. Look at the cave. I'm telling you, someone's going to come out of the cave and surprise you. When this comes true for whoever resonates with this. Yeah, you might want things to go down a certain way, but I feel it's more special when somebody comes up with their own way. It's like they're flashing up in my mind that more recent Magic Mike film when she thinks he doesn't feel the same and that he's not paying attention and he was actually paying attention to everything and then he surprises her. The film's really shit, by the way, but it's worth watching. I actually do like it. Is a load of shit. I'm not gonna lie, it's shit, right? But I like it. It's got a lot of fucking fucked up symbology in it too. Right, anyway, so what give us an archetype of something that, and then I'll, oh fuck's sake, and then I'll see what I'll talk about. The underworld. Oh, right, okay. Right, I was actually about to say, and then I didn't say it. Like, I was ready to give us the archetype of who I'm talking about. I feel this is like, oh shit. Oh no, I've not got enough time. I would have loved to have channeled about that for longer. I think it's probably because they want me to do that in the coffee too. So, it's quite funny because the person that I had mentioned that when I was talking about health stuff on a session with her, sorry, you know who you are, her, she had also mentioned cruel intentions to me, and when I was like, oh my god, when she mentioned cruel intentions, all this talk about memories, all memories flooded back to me because that was my favourite when I was younger. Like, I was obsessed with it, and the thing is, like, it really makes sense because think about what I just, oh my god, I just realised that. Think about what I just said. Like, think about how intense what I just said was when I was talking about my own journey to doing this. It's like, it's worth it. And like what I always got from when I watched that at a young age was that even though they had that love fleetingly, it was true. It was true love. And it was real because it's fucking dark because he's, you know, psychologically manipulating folk throughout the whole fucking film. It's cruel. That's why it's called Cruel Intentions. But what I always got from it was her light, oh, this is powerful. Her light, like, balances him. Like, he, you know, because again, so basically, that came up in the session a few months ago, and I was like, right, I really need to watch that again. And when I was looking for a film, I was on Prime, I was like, oh, right, now it must be time. And it's so current with the energies. Like, because I titled the one a few days ago, This Divine Masculine's Battling Their Ego. And that's what, and also that's what that's definitely what I saw Joe Black as well. Sorry, Meet Joe Black, you know, that it's like, because of how selfish he is when he wants to take her back to the spirit world, basically. What, you know, he's like, he's fallen in love with her, he wants to take her with, but that's selfish because he's deaf, you know. Again, if you don't get what I'm talking about, you haven't seen it, go watch the film. But then it's like what the dad says is like, look, you know, if you really love her, you wouldn't do that because, oh fuck, that's so deep. I get what they're saying. Is wow, that's really crazy. Do you get that? We need to let each other go. That's why this, if this is for you, that's why this person let you go, because they knew that they were still, whatever you want to call it, they were in their shadow. They were in the darkness. A certain darkness is needed to see the stars. You'd think this was still a Scorpio moon, how deep this is. But again, if you're new, it's always like that, because my Pluto conjuncts my Scorpio rising, so you're either going to love how intense I am or you're going to be repelled by it. So you're welcome either way. Maybe sometimes you can handle it more than others. I mean, I'm the same, and I'm fucking in this body, but it's like the underworld. That's what feels is about. This person is the person that resonates with this, because this will make sense to lots of different twin flames. Like, might still be in this. Like, you could be watching this and you're still in that. And so you know that you can't be your person yet because you're moving through something. But I've also picked up on when they come out of it. And that's what, that's what I love about that film, is that she can see that, she can see right through him. She can see what he's all about, and she calls him out. Like, she's not falling for any of the tricks. And then even when they do sleep with each other, it's anyway, so if I'm sure lots of people have seen Cruel Intentions, but if you haven't, it's brilliant, basically, so you need to watch it. And also remember, they ended up getting married in real life. I mean, they're divorced and everything now, and for ages, but it's quite interesting. It's interesting when that happens. It's like when Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams actually dated, you know, the ones that are in the Notebook as well. And Channing Tatum and his wife as well, although they're divorced and with other people. She is anyway, and family and stuff. Step up. Chemistry, you know, like it's real chemistry, but for one of the times anyway, you know what I mean, for a period of time it's real, because then the people actually get together. But and also, actually, see, even with me mentioning Friends, I mean, I never watched the Friends reunion, but then I did catch a bit of it. Like, I didn't watch it when it first came out, and then I ended up catching a bit. I didn't watch it all, but I watched a bit of it, and they actually had a conversation about how oh fuck, I forgot Ross's actual real name. David something, isn't it? Swimmer. He actually did have a real crush on Rachel. So there might be something in that about, I don't know, whatever that's symbolic of. God, maybe I actually am channeling for some, maybe some of you, like, maybe at some point, like, people are going to be watching this and you are actual actors and it's crossed over into real life. That's quite funny, isn't it? But yeah, either way, that's what this is about. It's very much that. That's why I will have just watched Cruel Intentions last night. And like I said, I'll definitely channel about that at another time and more in depth. But that's basically the gist of it, is her light balances out his dark. And he then also balances out her light. Because remember, she's meant to be this pure innocent, well, she is a pure innocent virgin. And then he makes a bet to take her out of that. Now, again, I did sort of think when I was watching it too, there might be something a bit fucked up about this too, that like somebody's, like, you know, say somebody has been celibate or whatever, and then it might be like, when a masculine's still in the shadow, they might be like, you know, I bet you I could pull them out of that or something. And because that is what happens in the film. Because then because he doesn't, he just basically, it's like somebody that doesn't feel good enough and they push you away, because then he goes, it's ego, think about it, because he wants to win the bet with his sister. I mean, that's fucked up in that film, because they're meant to be step brother and sister, and the sister's seducing the brother. I mean, fuck it, whatever. It's kind of like, it's about winning, you know what I mean? And because he's trying to work out, is this true love? And he hadn't felt it before, because it was the first real person he'd felt a connection with. he then goes to her and is like, look, you know, you didn't mean anything to me. You were just a conquest. So I do feel this is going to be speaking to some people. That's pretty dark, but I do feel it's going to be speaking to if somebody has pushed you away. Like, we need to let each other go, but they've resorted to saying harsh things to make you feel like you were just a one-night stand, or it was just a one-off, or, you know, I was just drunk, whatever, that kind of stuff. But really, it's like, I feel that if you're on the receiving end of that, it's like her in the film is like, she knows that he's lying, but it's like that, you just got it, like, you know, I think she calls him a coward or something, because it is the cowardly way, you know. But again, it depends if you look at it. It is like, it's because he loves her so much that he's like, he doesn't want to taint her. And there's always this thing going on with twin flames, some deeper with others, but look, I want to feel that way again. And then in the film, he, like, after he's pushed her away, when the sister's really horrible and is like, you know, what's the name? Actually, I did write it down. She's like, wait a minute, fucking hell, I wrote loads here. Yeah, I just wanted to see what you were like in bed. See, that's what he says, right? You were just a conquest. And I've wrote symbolic of divine masculine, saying things to get divine feminine to hate them. But I feel when it's your divine feminines will see, true divine feminines would see through that, is my feeling. Well, depending on how much work you've done yourself. 111, alignment. She doesn't believe him, she can feel he's lying, and then the stepsister admits she's only done it to manipulate him because she could. Yeah, symbolic of a karmic energy playing with divine masculine's energy. So whether the karmic energy is a love interest toying with the divine masculine because they're in the shadow, like the darkness of the shadow, not the healed shadow, they're playing with fire because they're around toxic people. But this could also, it doesn't even be a love interest, look, self-inventory. They're just saying that this masculine's been going into the darkness to heal their shadow. And now the phone just went dark, it's only on 5%, so hurry up. It's like, look, they've been going in the cave to heal themselves. And that's why they're moving away from the people that they're around. So this is either lovers that toy with their emotions just because they can. Because that has happened on the journey too, that it's like, a lot of the karmic energies, they don't even really want the divine masculine. They just done it because they could, and that's what's cruel. But it's all part of the journey of the queen. It's like this masculine wants to go with their divine feminine. But that could also be an archetype of somebody that's... There's two ways to look at that. That could also be saying that the people that distracted masculines away are like some kind of feminine dominating energy. So that could be like a partner or someone, that could be a mum, that could be like the head of the family, a grand kind of, it could be anything. Yeah, look, the starborn, like somebody that's like the star of the show. That kind of feels like a bit like narcissistic energy. What else? The poet. Yeah, look, but the true energy of the masculine I'm picking up on, this keeps coming out. The true energy is somebody that has a lot of love, possibly does write things down in a beautiful way, but they keep all this love inside. And that's, I mean, I'm sure Cruel Intentions is actually developed from a play. Yeah, I'm sure that's right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, only she got to see the sweet side of him. And then I wouldn't say, you know, just watch the film. I wouldn't ruin what happens in the film, but I mean, everybody that's seen it, you know, it's, you know, it's fleeting. But it was real. The crone, oh God, yeah, see what I mean? Like that, with what I just said there, it's like, I do think it was some kind of influence in someone's life. Oh, fuck, yeah, the eternal child. That's very clear. Somebody had a hold over the queen. That's just... Right, you can't get... I mean, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? So, yeah, if it has been a mother that has influenced a child, so... a divine feminine, a divine masculine. It feels like for a divine masculine, but it's whatever resonates. Or it doesn't need to be their mum either. It could be like, remember, like this could be like anyone that is a mother. But at that did feel like it's the warrior the mother, not this. Anyway, the phone's going to die, so that's definitely just somebody needed extra clarification. So even if the other, so it's not, yeah, it's a karmic mother around someone, then also there's a siren, so that's a sexual energy for me, like that's like somebody additionally with the karmic mother, a toxic romantic partner. These are all the distractions. Yeah, distracting, manipulating this person's inner child. But now they know who they are. Look, the peril. See, the peril keeps coming up. The personal sessions and all the things. This person knows who they are, and the light's shining out and they can't be stopped. And they're coming in for the kiss. Oh my God, guys, we're ending all that. And that's what happens. You know, it's tragic, the cruel intentions, but at least they get what they got. You know, they get that. Look, he drops the mask. Fucking hell, the mother's underneath. That's creepy. I'm going to speak to someone. So, yeah, the kiss. I'll keep going, actually, until the phone cuts off. What else do we need to know about this? So, that's... Oh, wait a minute. Let's use these. I didn't use these. What does this masculine want to say, then? And remember, they are pulling me this too. This actually did come out the other day. Remember, this doesn't need to be like that this mum's really horrible or anything, right? It's just that, but this person does really want you. They just pulled me, look, I want you in the kiss. It's like, it comes from like, when almost like when you love someone too much and it's like just got too much of a say. Because think about it, it was all the queen and all that kind of, it's like, this person just had too much of an influence on the divine masculine, whether that's a male or a female. That's what. But yeah, it's different for different people. What does this masculine want to say? I want to reach out, but I don't know how. I feel it does fit, you know, with everything that's went on. I sabotaged our connection because it was too intense. Again, it was helped by other people that didn't want this to come about as well. I've been working on myself and I'm not the same as I was before. That fits with what I said about somebody moving out of different circles. And I let people manipulate me into gaslighting you. That one's come out quite a lot. And that's what happens in... That's what happens in Cruel Intentions. He's fallen in love with her. He's recognised he's fallen in love with her. He also has to battle his shadow because at one point he could sleep with her, right? And that's the bet. That's him winning the bet. And then he doesn't do it, and she's really vulnerable about sleep with him. He runs away, and then he looks in the mirror and he's like, get it together, you pussy. But that's symbolic of somebody battling their ego, their shadow. But really, it's the voice of the sister's head being like, you know, she was just toying with him. And then that's what's tragic about it, because then when he realises and he goes to get her because he's made a mistake, that's when tragedy strikes. But she gets her karma, so... There's something about the karmic energies that have stopped this coming together for everybody. They'll get their karma. I want a future with you and I'm in love with you. Right. You're always on my mind. Right, okay, love it. The phone's going to die, so let's just get the thumbnail. And also, look at that. This mother's been wearing a mask, so a lot of people might not see through that archetype, whoever that is around someone. And... they're under judgment for that. The vision. So look, the vision. Look at what I've been talking about. The vision. The vision that you've been having. Owl medicine might be significant. I work closely with that. Yeah. Anyway. The kiss. I want you and I'm in love with you. Beautiful. Happy Saturday to you, and whenever this comes about, because it's timeless, let go and let God. And I will see you later. I'm probably going to film Sundays today, but like, comment, subscribe. Bye.